Well, early voting ballots mailed out today. Thousands of people in Douglas County will be getting them soon for the statewide primary. The election commissioner says they sent about 63,000 ballots in the mail today. Every voter who submitted a valid request should get their ballot by the end of the week. The ballots are then to be returned to the Election Commission by 8 p.m. on May 12th. Early in-person voting will begin next Monday, and that is at the Election Commissioner's office.